Hello, for whoever just joined me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Here, just to kind of give an update on what's going on with me and see how all my people are. If anyone still remembers me, it's been a little while. Blue Jay, what's going on? How are you doing? How's everything going with you? Um, Not too bad. Just sitting at the house. What I'm gonna do, with things. Cleaned out my car. Um, Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, I've been going on some walks myself. I'm here lately. Probably that's exactly what I'm gonna do with you guys while I'm on here. I'm gonna go for a walk, and just kind of helps clear my head and trying to figure out exactly what I'm gonna do and everything else like that. Because, like I was telling you guys before, yeah, sucks not having a car. Um, it's the one hazard of doing gig work, especially doing gig work full time. No, my car is gone. It is completely done. I can't afford to put a new motor in my car, and honestly, right now, I can't even afford to get a new car. Um, so we are carless right now, and obviously, carless means jobless. Because bottom line, what I said, my kid gets sick a lot, and there's a reason why I wasn't doing normal to begin with. That hasn't changed just because. Um, so like it's tough right now. Need money for a car, no money, no car, no car can't make money. It's that vicious cycle. Yeah, thank you. It's kind of the situation. I mean, it's the dark side of the gig world. Especially like I said, if you do it full time. I knew my car, it was coming. I'd been talking about it. Um, I knew my car had been getting weaker. But it was a 2007. It had 180,000 miles on it for a car that was never meant to last a long time. It was a good car. Um, the only thing that surprised me, if I'm gonna be really honest with you, is that there was just no warning in the car blowing. Like there was no smoke, there was no nothing. Literally, I went to work one day, nothing wrong, everything was fine. I parked the car that night, everything was fine. Next morning, I go to work and it never starts again. So, um, which is why we never thought it was the motor to begin with. Why we thought it was the transmission, or not the transmission, sorry, the starter. And yeah, but just to show you real quick, this is all my stuff from my car. That's all my DoorDash stuff, my DoorDash bag, my catering bags. That is literally everything in my car. Um, so yeah, it kind of sucks. But I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, that's kind of like I'd like to talk to people about now, like just kind of having something in place. I mean, yeah, like even like now, I'm looking for like a beater car, one that I can still do this work in, but not invest too much money into it. Because I'm probably about another year or two away from being able to go back to work, which was always the plan. The plan was always when my kid got older, I was going to go back to work. But how you doing, sir?
All right.
Yeah, enjoy this weather, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty darn hot.
Yeah, it is.
The sun to go down to do the rest of my walk.
That's, yep. Have a good one. As you can see, I'm out here walking. It's got about 100-degree weather right now. But I'll say this. Do I regret doing the gig work? No. One, because it was out of necessity. Like, it's not that I chose it. It's not that I thought there was going to be a career in it. I didn't. But I was honest with you guys. I made good money. The problem is I have bills. I have kids. And it's not just like any. While I was back on the come up until I got something or to help me get another car. And I don't go asking people for money, so that's not my thing. I'm not going to go asking people for money or whatnot. It would have been awesome if I'd have been a better YouTube star. But, I mean, it is what it is. But I just got started on YouTube too, so like also, I think I was getting right in the middle of starting to take off. But in the genre I picked, when your car goes and you can't do this job anymore, what the hell am I supposed to do? Josiah, what's going on? How are you doing? So yeah, it really sucks that my motor's blown in my car and no money to get a car, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell to do, and I have no idea. I'll be the first one to admit depression is a very real thing. When your car is what makes you money and you do not have the car anymore and you obviously aren't making money to provide for your family, depression is a real thing, especially when it's right here at school season. And I was getting ready to start making money for my daughter's school clothes and shit like that. So, like, yeah. I think this is like one of the first times I'm 40. I'm about to be 41 in a week. This is probably one of the first times I actually had genuine depression. Like, I think we've all been upset that our girlfriend broke up with us or whatever have you case may be. But, like, I think this might have been like the first time I've genuinely been depressed. So, I don't know. I'm trying to find a car. And it's kind of hard. Got to have money to get a car. Hey, thank you very much, Josiah. I appreciate that. Like before this job, I was in fast food. I worked fast food for almost 15 years as general manager, assistant general manager. Obviously, I didn't start off as that. Started off as a little old person. But again, my problem is my kid gets sick. I go get a regular job and my kid gets sick. I have to be there. But that's the fucked up thing about this is I have to be there, but how the hell am I supposed to go get her without a car? Like, and this is why I say the depression's real. These are all the things that I think about. And I doubt I'm going to figure this out in the next 10 or 12 days because obviously you got to have money for all this dumb shit. And like people will tell you, oh, see, gig work don't pay and shit like that. Which, I mean, there's definitely setbacks to this gig work. 100%, no doubt. But for some people like myself, it was born out of necessity. It's not like one day I said, man, I enjoy making the 6 figures a fucking year. I enjoy making $5,000 a month. Let me go fucking just deliver food. Like, that never happened. It was 100% born out of necessity. And it's still a need. The problem is I don't have a fucking car. And I'm looking for cars even though I don't have money. Your horse is going to be taken away tomorrow. That's not good, Josiah. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. It sucks. Like I said, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. And like, look, like I said, I'm not a mentally ill person or nothing like that. I've never been, at least. Like this has brought depression, which has also brought thoughts to my head of, man, it'd be so much easier if I wasn't around, you know? Like, not that that's what I want, but it was my mother-in-law's offer, so to speak. It wasn't my money, it was my mother-in-law's offer. But the problem with that is there's multiples of problems. One, it's my mother-in-law's money, so I always say that might come with strings attached. But nobody seems to really be in a big hurry. Um, and what my wife thinks was available, maybe wasn't as available as she thought. Like, I'm not sure exactly what happened. Like, I go off of what my wife says, and here I am. And I think the problem is, in all truth be told, the problem is with, I think the right now, from what I understand, again, what's right is right. Like we saw one car, 2010 Chevy Impala, 2,500, 150, 160,000 miles, and you just never know if that's gonna last. And I think that's the problem too. Is my mother-in-law might not want to put money out on an older car, obviously, and because of the fear of it breaking down. And what's going on, Brandon? How are you doing? Hey, buddy. So, I mean, yeah, I'm not sure anymore. That's good. I had to get out for a walk, kind of clear the head a little bit, and stay somewhat relevant on Facebook, Jesus, YouTube. All right, buddy. How's work going for you? Got to live vicariously through some people. I mean, I'm here. Like I was saying, depression has become a real thing. No car, no money, no money, no car. Kind of the root evil of everything. And kind of just sitting here feeling useless because, like I was saying, I didn't do this gig work because I wanted to. I did the gig work because it was out of necessity, because of my kid. And that hasn't changed. Just because I don't have a car doesn't mean that need has changed. I still need to be around for the kiddo. I could go get a job all I want, but the problem is if she gets sick, I got to take care of it. And then you throw on top, how the hell am I supposed to take care of it when I don't have a car? So yeah. Well, that's real cool though. I always found that Space Force really interesting. I thought that was real cool, real interesting. I like that. Um, like I guess the only job, like, and I've been looking at going to get a job, but the only job theoretically I can do is overnight. But I would have to be home by like 6:30, and then still have the problem with my kid going to school, getting her there, getting her to and from, and just everything else. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I think Space Force was good. Your account is going to be deleted. Yeah. See, I'm still technically a platinum driver on DoorDash, but that's going away. Like I'm at like 193. I've just watched it go from 853 all to like 100 and something. So eventually it's going to be down to 0. Eventually I'm going to be at the bottom tier. But it's not going to matter anyways, because I'm not doing it. Because like my thought was, I'm like, look guys, first of all, I got to get a fucking car. It ain't got to be great, but again, it's not my money. And like I need to get something in my mind, something cheap, nothing fucking expensive, because again, I kind of got to do what I got to do with this job until I can find a bulletproof job that it's not going to affect me getting my kid if something happens. And that's the thing too about overnight, having an overnight job. If something happens to my kid, I'm going to go from getting some sleep to maybe getting woke up an hour or two after going to sleep, going to get the kid, and there goes my sleep for that night. And then I got to go back to work to an overnight job that night. What's going on, Reese? Hey, Princess. Yeah. Definitely can't do no gig work without a car. That's for damn sure. And I even thought about a scooter, because I'm like, yeah, well, I get my taxes, I can get a scooter, but then I'm like, well, fuck it, I can't get my kid around. I can't do none of that anyways. And plus, my town is a little too spread out to have it. Like, your scooter things need to be in, like, DC and everything. But how's work been going with you guys? Princess, everybody, tell me how's work's been with the delivery, the gig works and all that. I kind of got to live vicariously through you guys. See, I thought about that, but like the way I figured it out, because I called a place and everything, like my net profit would be like, after renting the car, would be like $1,100. And my bills are way more than that. So like, that's the problem, because these places, when they find out what you're doing, they're charging you a whole lot of extra mileage. So like, yeah, could I rent a car? Absolutely. The bad thing to it is, like, say I make $3,000, 2,000 of that's going to the rental place that month, because they know you are wearing the shit out of their vehicle with mileage. So at that point, it's not even worth it, because yeah, first 2,000 of the 3,000, and that's if I make 3,000 that month, like normally I do. But if you have a down month, then what? Your profit goes from 1,000, which doesn't cover my bills, obviously, to what? 500, 600? And see, it's funny because DoorDash itself isn't the ones that It's not the money that got me out of the game. It's the fucked up shit that you do to your car. And like overall, I never had any mechanical issues with my car ever since the car was bought in 2007, brand new. This truthfully is the first thing that's ever went out on my car under the hood. It just so happened to be the motor. See, I heard that, but we don't have a Hertz here. Closest Hertz we have is about 60 miles away. And I'm not even sure it's that cheap out here. I live in a very, very expensive area. Some of the prices out here are California reminiscent because we live in a rich ass part of the town, part of the state. It was the timing chain just completely busted. Let's hope this car behind me doesn't hit me. Or this next one. I mean, thankfully my mother-in-law's, she's got my daughter right now and they're school shopping for her clothes, so she's not going to go without clothes for school to start with anyways. But yeah, anybody who knows who wants to go make money but can't go make money feel real kind of shitty about it. Just wish. I mean, there's nothing I could have done differently. I had no warning. I hadn't. Like it's an old car. It's an old car with a lot of miles, and like there's nothing I could have done differently. So. But yeah, I'll have to look into that. Maybe I got one closer here. I'm not sure. Yeah, well, I'm not done walking either. It's hot. I walked from here to my daughter's old school and back, which is probably about that much. Yeah, I'm not done walking. Yeah, I mean it has to. It has to, princess. It can't. I don't think it can get any worse. I mean, I do have my cancer appointment coming up at the end of August. So I mean, I guess it technically could get worse, but let's hope it doesn't. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. This has been a real messed up year. It's been a real crappy year. Yeah, it's not been a great year, and we're only halfway. And I think the best part of this year comes up on Saturday. My daughter's getting married on Saturday, so I mean, so far that'll be the best thing that's happened this year, besides just the normal health of like my other family members and stuff being good. Um, yeah. Trying to get a hold of the investor, but he is a hard person to get a hold of these days. I haven't talked to the investor about any of this car blowing up or nothing. So you guys see him, let him know. I've called him, reached out to him. I can't get a hold of him. Kevin, what's going on? How are you from Lakeland, Florida? How's everything going with you, Kevin? Yep. We're having a good day. It's enjoying this nice weather. It's about 100 degrees here in Virginia. Um, it's a little humid though. I'm not a big fan of humidity, but outside of that, it'll be all right. Um, how's work going for everybody? Like Princess, you killing it? $21 order. That's what I'm talking about right there, Princess. That's awesome. Very good. Man, I miss those days of getting the $4 or $5 orders and be like, man, this, but at least it's only a mile. If I want to remember how it is to DoorDash, I have to go watch my old videos. We got no rain here, Kevin. Zero. Like, my yard, if I show you, is dead. And it's been dead for, I don't know. The yard has been dead since probably June, beginning of June. We've just gotten no rain. And the little bit of rain we've gotten, it's not enough. And the roots, it just soaks it up. And it's yeah. I look for our grass not to see green grass again until next year. Like we have a little bit of green at the corner of the grass or at the corner of my yard, but that's it. This yard's done. Um, there won't be any green grass the rest of this year. It would have to, like in all seriousness, no shit, it would have to literally rain for about 2 to 3 weeks straight or more than it doesn't for it to for the grass to come back because it is so dried out. It would take that. It'd take about 3 weeks of rain just for the roots to for everything to get full. So yeah, we won't see any green grass for the rest of this year. I'd guarantee it. Um, which is crazy because like the bushes and everything are all green, sort of. I mean, some of them aren't, but yeah, it's pretty nasty. Like this heat, and it's just been the driest summer that I can remember. And I'm from California, so like I remember some of their dry summers too. Um, but it happens. Um, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to jump off here. I will be back on probably in a couple days just to touch base and tell you where I'm at and make sure I'm still alive. So, y'all have a good one, guys. Thank you very much for being here. Princess, Rob, Midwest Panther, Kevin. Thank all of you guys for being here. I do appreciate you guys. Hopefully, I'll be in a better mood the next time I see you guys.